The guns you got right now, man, throw them in the trash. Just throw them in the trash. Do not use them at all. I'm about to tell y'all the top 5 best class setups that y'all should be using right now before it gets nerfed. And Samurai, about time I show y'all the attachment to all these weapons, man. I'm finna get y'all right. Make sure y'all hit that like button, that subscribe button. It definitely helps me grow. If y'all watch this whole intro, make sure y'all comment down below a cookie. I want to see that in the comment section. If y'all really bout it, let's go ahead and get into the top 5 best class setups. Whole grip 5.56, man. This gun is completely overpowered. You gotta try it out. Alright, for the first attachment we got on the RB80 Assault stock, it's going to give you recoil control and gun kick control. And as for the cons, it's going to be aim down sight speed. The rear grip, make sure y'all put on the CT2000 tactical grip. It's going to give you tack stance spread and sprint to fire speed. The withdrawals of this attachment is going to give you recoil control and gun kick control. Alright, next up the muzzle, make sure y'all put on the Harbinger D20. It's going to get undetected by the radar, bullet velocity, fire, aim stability, and recoil control. And as for the drawback, it's going to be aim down sight speed, aiming idle sway, aim walking speed, and damage range. On the optic, I want y'all to put on the MK3 reflector. It's going to give you that precision sight picture. On the ammunition, make sure y'all put on hollow point. It's going to slow your enemies down. Crippling power is OP. Definitely put on these attachments. Use the Holger. I dropped the nuke with this. That's why it's called the nuke Holger, bro. The nuke Holger 5.56. Y'all gotta try it. If y'all haven't heard about the MCW, this nuked MCW is the best AR in the game. I'll say more like a top 5. But for the attachments for the MCW, we're going to start with the underbarrel. Skeletal vertical grip is going to give you aim down sight speed, vertical recoil, gun kick control, and sprint to fire speed. And as for the drawback, it's going to be a horizontal recoil and hip fire tack stance spread. On the barrel, it's going to be second line mammoth heavy, bullet velocity and range, aim walking steadiness, and aim walking speed. And for the withdrawal for this attachment, it's going to be sprint to fire speed and hip fire and tack stance spread. Right, next up, the muzzle is going to be Ecoline GSX, undetected by the radar, and fire aim stability. And as for the drawback, it's going to be damage range. On the ammunition, make sure y'all put on hollow point. It's going to give you crippling power, slow down your enemies. And as for the con, it's going to be bullet penetration. And last but not least, on the magazine, make sure y'all put on 40 round mag. Don't use the default mag. You're going to kill like 2 guys, but with the 40 round mag, you can at least kill 4. Let me know how the nuked MCW is going for you. Make sure y'all put on these attachments. Come back to this video and tell me how this nuked MCW is doing for you. Going into the next one. Y'all think I'm done giving y'all class setups? Man, I'm just getting started. The new DG58 is completely overpowered. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all the attachments to this gun. The barrel, make sure y'all put on the CDG T25 light barrel. It's gonna give you bullet velocity and range, aim walking steadiness, aim walking speed, and movement speed. And as for the withdrawal, it's gonna be hip fire and tack stance spread and sprint to fire speed. Alright, next up on the muzzle, make sure y'all put on the Harbinger D20. It's gonna be undetected by the radar, bullet velocity, fire, aim stability, and recoil control. And as for the con, it's gonna be aim down sight speed, aim idle sway, aim walking speed, and damage range. Alright guys, on the underbarrel, make sure I put on the skeletal vertical grip. It's going to give you aim down sight speed, vertical recoil, gun kick control, and sprint to fire speed. And as for the drawback, it's going to give you hip fire and tack stance spread and horizontal recoil. For the optic, it's going to be MK3 reflector. It's going to give you that precision sight picture. Last but not least, on the magazine, make sure y'all put on the 40 round mag. It's going to max out your ammo capacity. Put on these attachments, come back to this video, leave a like, because I already know it's going to be going crazy for you. Yo, the Boss B, the nuke Boss B is one of my best weapons to use in Call of Duty MW3. This gun gave me a lot of juice on my videos, not gonna lie. People calling me a hacker for using this gun. Gotta use the attachments right now. Alright, on the muzzle, it's gonna be VT7 Spitfire Suppressor L by the radar, recoil control, bullet velocity, and damage range. As for the con, it's gonna be aim down sight speed, aim walking steadiness, and sprint to fire speed. Alright, next up on the underbarrel, make sure I put on the skeletal vertical grip. It's gonna give you aim down sight speed, vertical recoil, gun kick control, and sprint to fire speed. And as for the drawback, is going to be hip fire, tack stance spread, and horizontal recoil. Alright, next up, what we got on the stock, we got on the Ravage 20 heavy stock. Is going to give you gun kick control, recoil control, and fire aim stability. The con is going to be sprint to fire speed, hip fire and tack stance spread, sprint speed, and movement speed. I think it's going to be MK3 reflector. It's going to give you that precision sight picture. And last but not least, on the magazine, make sure I put on the 45 round mag. It's going to max out your ammo capacity. This gun is highly controversial. I dropped a bunch of nukes with this gun. This gun is very overpowered, man. Y'all just gotta go use it before it gets nerfed. I had this gun in my previous video, bro, the nuke striker. This gun is completely overpowered. Make sure y'all watch that video right now. It's very entertaining as we speak. But let's go ahead and get into the attachments. For the muzzle, it's going to be shadow strike suppressor. It's going to get you undetected by the radar. And as for the con, it's going to be no cons for this attachment. All right, for the next attachment, make sure y'all put on the striker elite long barrel. It's going to give you aim, idle sway, recoil control, gun kick control, and bullet velocity and range. As for the con, it's going to be hip fire and attack stance spread, aim walking speed, movement speed, and sprint to fire speed. All right, for the underbarrel, make sure y'all scroll all the way down to skeletal vertical grip. It's going to give you aim down sight speed, vertical recoil, gun kick control, and sprint to fire speed. And as for the con, it's going to be horizontal recoil and hip fire attack stance spread. All right, second to last, make sure y'all put on the MK3 reflector. This attachment for this gun is OVP, man. The accuracy and range is overpowered for an elo sight. And last but not least, make sure y'all put on that 60 round mag for that maximum ammo capacity. For the con for this attachment, it will decrease aim down sight speed, reload quickness, movement speed, and aim walking speed. Yo, the striker is completely overpowered, man. If y'all new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button. It definitely helps the channel grow. Man, we're on our way to 2,000 subscribers, bro. I cannot believe it. We gotta go crazy. If y'all watched throughout the whole video, put on those attachments right now before they get nerfed. And also watch my playlist right here. It's going to tell you all the attachments to these certain weapons that you should be using right now because they are overpowered.